Lila had just moved into a small studio apartment in the heart of the city. It wasn't much, but it was all she could afford. The building was old, with creaky floors and walls so thin she could hear her neighbor's TV through the night. After a long day of unpacking, Lila finally collapsed onto her bed. As she drifted off to sleep, she noticed something odd, a faint tapping sound coming from the other side of the room. She sat up, squinting in the dim light. The sound seemed to come from the closet. Slowly, she got up and opened the door. Nothing, just her clothes hanging inside. Shrugging it off as her imagination, Lila closed the door and went back to bed. But the tapping continued every night, growing louder and more insistent. Sometimes it sounded like it was coming from inside the walls. A week later, Lila decided to call her landlord. "I think there might be mice or something," she explained. "I keep hearing this weird noise at night." The landlord sounded annoyed. "This is an old building. It's probably just the pipes or the wind. Nothing to worry about." Frustrated but too tired to argue, Lila decided to investigate on her own. That night, she stayed up waiting for the tapping to start. Sure enough. This time, it wasn't coming from the walls. It was coming from under her bed. Her heart raced as she grabbed her phone to use its flashlight. Slowly, she crouched down and lifted the edge of the blanket, peering underneath. Her blood froze. Man was lying there, staring at her with wide, bloodshot eyes. His face was pale, his lips cracked, and his nails were clawing at the wooden floor. Before she could scream, he rasped, "Shh, he'll hear us." Lila stumbled back, her voice caught in her throat. What are you talking about?" The man pointed to the closet with a trembling hand. "He lives in there," he whispered.